Hello, light beings. Vicky Rebecca's here. I just wanted to come on today and talk about intention and manifestation. So, when we think about intention, it's about really focusing, putting focus, direction. Um, it's being purposeful about what you want to set in order to achieve that thing you want to achieve. So, with intention, you have to remember that it has to come from within you. You have to be really clear about what it is exactly that you're looking for, what you want. So it's time for self-reflection, thinking about how you want to put your words out there for what you're hoping to achieve. And that way you can then bring that to manifestation and bring it to reality. So with intention, it's about, again, being purposeful and creating a direction. So if you can think about it as an example, Google Map. So Google Map isn't going to take you to where you want to go if you don't put in the address. So it's the same thing. You can't get to where you want to go if you don't be intentional about how you're going to get there. And again, words have power. So you have to be extremely succinct, very detailed. It should be positive in nature. It should be presented as if it's already actually transpired. So in the present tense. So as an example, let's say I'm struggling with ill health. Again, intention and manifestation is the same as prayer. When you're wanting to create something in your life, it is basically prayer. And so when you think about wanting to set something, you think about it in positive terms. So again, if I have ill health in my life, how do I get to this place of full health? So it's coming to the belief that I already have it, that I am it. So my intention is to speak in a manner that already talks about having perfect healed state. And so then that would be, thank you, God Creator, for my beautiful healed state. It's as simple as that in terms of that, putting that out there. So intention is how we manifest what we want in our life. It's getting clear about that. It's also about our why. So if you know your why for why you want the thing that you want, then that helps to support you because you're really clear about the outcome and why it matters to you. If you don't understand your why for doing something or setting an intention for something, then you're more apt to not get what you want. So it's as simple as that. So again, it's important to be really intentional in your speaking, in your words, really taking some time for self-reflection about what those words are and how you want to put them out there to ensure a greater outcome for your manifestation. In shamanism, our intention allows the shaman to manipulate reality so that they can create healing and manifestation in their life. So let's talk about some of the ways that you can bring in or create an intention through words, through prayer, writing it out. So in shamanic traditions, specifically Peruvian shamanism, which is what I learned, when we write our intentions, we not only, so let's say you have a piece of paper, you write down your intention, you also blow deeply. Sorry, that was probably very loud because I have my mic there. That's coming from your essence, from who you are. You are imprinting your essence onto this piece of paper. And then in shamanic traditions, typically we release. We don't hang on. You don't want to hang on to your intention, to your goals, to your dreams. You want to release them to spirit, to creator, so that they can actually be manifested. So typically we would, we burn it. You likely would, it's more preferable, you don't have to, but it's more preferable to burn outside. A reason being is because you want to let the smoke release up into the universe. so that your prayers can be heard in your manifestations, received from the greater universe and from Creator God. But it's not necessary. When we do fire ceremonies, typically there's you can do a fire ceremony anytime for releasing, which is letting go of things that no longer serve you, and or for manifesting that which you want to bring into your life. And if you want to do it more specifically, the new moon is meant for your prayers of intentions for the things that you want in your life. And again, you would have a fire ceremony. You would just create a fire outside. You would write down all of your intentions into a piece of paper or onto a twig. You can blow in. You don't have to. You can just speak into a flower you can speak into, which is what we do often in shamanic traditions, specifically with despachos, which are a prayer bundle. I'll talk more about despachos in another video. But for now, you can use anything of nature. Just speak in what you want, and again, speaking from your, as if it's already transpired, always to the positive. And you can do that for yourself, you can do that for family, you can do that for the world. The more intention and the love that comes from your essence as you're creating these intentions, the more I believe that they're going to be heard, and that more effort you put into it, the greater was what you're going to receive. And then for full moon is about releasing. So in releasing the things that no longer serve you. So again, when you're releasing, what I typically say is write out all the things that are troubling to you. The things about your experiences, they could be traumas that are unhealed. It could be about patternings of things that keep you stuck in a specific behavior that you keep repeating and you don't want to do anymore. So then what I say is like, write it out. You write down all of those patternings, all of the scenarios, all the experiences. And as you're writing it out, and you would handwrite it, because there's energy that leaves from your hand into the pen, into the piece of paper. And then again, you can do the exact same thing as you're writing down all of the struggles that you're experiencing. You are going to blow in from your deep from your belly as many times as you need to, and it's always like a sound right into the paper. You're breathing your essence, just like your fingerprint. Like, we all are unique. We have a fingerprint. Every human being has their own unique fingerprint. So I believe that we also have our own unique energetic structure. That is, so you're imparting that essence of your own experience of who you are energetically into the piece of paper to be released. And also, it's important to really truly feel your emotions as you're going this. So cry, bawl your eyes out, yell, scream. This isn't a time to be pretty. This is a time to let everything out. And then again, after the releases, you would burn the letter with all that, and then always taking something back. So what I say to that is, then maybe you go with the, again, intention of going out into nature and or choosing something symbolically to represent your healed state from the thing that you're releasing. So let's say if you were releasing a relationship that was no longer serving you in the best interest, and it was actually harmful to you. So then maybe you get a representation of what it means to have a truly healed heart, and put it on an altar in your home to represent that, to remind you of that. Light a candle there, add flowers there, connect with it, see it, experience it, be part of it. Let it really penetrate every part of your life. That's the purpose of it. So you could get a crystal in a shape of a heart. You could get a picture that represents a heart for you. You could draw your own heart and again put it on your altar as a reminder of your own healed state, your own healed heart. If you're not into fire ceremonies, another way is to have what's called what I call a God box. So this is my God box. It has a little beautiful key. It's just a beautiful box. It doesn't have to be this ornamental. I purchased this for myself because I intentionally went out to find a God box, and this is what came to me when I was shopping. You can create it from anything. A beautiful friend of mine, Carolyn, recently gave me for Christmas a beautiful handmade bowl that she made with clear quartz crystal on the bottom and other gemstones around the edge that she basically called an intention box. So for this, it was specifically for my intentions. And I actually have a whole bunch of intentions that I did on February 2nd, which was a very important day right now for creating intentions as well. Put all my intentions in there. I actually didn't burn them. And then I covered it with rose petals as a means to hold those intentions. But the idea about releasing your intentions, you don't want to hang on to them. They're like seeds. You want them to bloom. You want them, you want to let them go. You don't want to hang on for them for dear life. It's about faith. It's about trust, knowing that those intentions are going to basically be manifested for you. So when we talk about manifestation, it's important to realize that then you don't sit back. Okay, now I have faith. I know that Creator is going to bring this thing to me, which it will happen when you have faith and you trust, and also talk about it. So it's important to tell everybody. Not, if your intention is to have a new car, then talk to people about the car that you want, right? I'm so excited when I'm going to get my new Corvette. It's going to be black. It's going to have all this leather interior and all the things that you want. Talk about it to everybody, because then you are putting it in that forefront. And that's another part of manifestation. You don't need to know how it's going to happen, but it's important to take some time to feel into what it's going to feel like when that manifestation comes to fruition. So it would be taking the time to visualize. Only 5 or 10 minutes a day. You don't want to do more. And or meditation around feeling into what it's going to feel like when that thing happens or when that state of being happens. And again, it's an emotional piece. How are you going to feel? You can look into it in terms of the visualness of it if you're very visual and you want to visualize all of the wonderful things that could transpire, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You can just feel into the emotional state of how you're going to feel when that thing comes into your life. And then you take action. You don't just sit around and go like, okay, that thing's going to manifest. Now it's about action. So visualization, meditation is a part of that action. Next action step would be, again, as I said earlier, talking to people about that thing you're going to do. Can't wait to go on my holiday this year to Mexico with my friend. And you talk about where you're going to go and all those things. You start searching. You look for deals on the internet. You check out vacation rentals. You look for that car that you're looking for. You see when deals are. You keep it in your forefront. You keep it, visualize it. You keep it alive. And that's where manifestation allows it to become a reality. So I just want to leave you with this wonderful quote. Hopefully that gives you some ideas about being intentional with your intentions and speaking those things. What again, words have power. So, and your thoughts are powerful. So what you think and speak in the world is what you bring into reality. Now that's just a small piece of it, but it's important to understand and to speak again positively in terms of how you want your world to be and what you want to create in your world. So I'm just going to leave you with this, lastly, with this quote from the Upanishads, which is sacred Hindu text. And this is what they talk about in terms of intention. You are what your deepest desire is. As your desire is, so is your intention. As your intention is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. So may your intentions blossom. May you plant those seeds of intentions to create the things that you want in your life now and always. Take care.